If you own one of these, this video does not concern you.
I heard that no one's ever taught you how to properly shave down there. How to tame your mane, your kitty cat, your bubblegum.
The type of girl you wanna chew all of my bubblegum.
But not to worry, I am your new baddie mother, and I will teach you everything you need to know to clean her up real nice. This is part 1 to the cookie crash course series because you guys had a lot of questions, which is fair enough. I mean, I was never taught in school how to take care of her, and I had to figure a lot of it on my own. So let me save you the trouble and provide you with the information that I wish I had, because you know I always provide. And for this relationship to work, you are going to have to ignore the fact that my nails are not done at the moment. I arrived back to Tokyo like 2 hours ago. She's been on the move, okay? So we're gonna ignore her. I have a nail appointment with myself tomorrow, okay? Okay. With your hair down there, you can either choose to wax, shave, laser. And do not worry, I will take you through all of them. We can explore the best option for you, baby. We can do this together. Option 1 is to shave your kitty cat. And to do that, you only need 3 things. Something to exfoliate with, something to trim, and a razor. Any will do. Depending on your price point, you may be able to afford a nice body scrub, a nice trimmer. I don't have one with me at the moment because I forgot mine in Osaka, but any of these would do. And for a razor, I've tried those like really intense men's 5-blade super sharp Sigma alpha male razors, and I've also used like disposable ones. I have noticed that these ones are sharper, but they are a little bit scary to use just because they're so sharp. But if that's what you want to use that one. If you want to use the dollar store one because that's what you can afford, that's completely fine as well. I've had success in a smooth kitty cat for both. So you choose your weapon of choice, baby. Step 1 is to get in the shower or the bath. Let your follicles, what is it called? Let your pores open up and the hair soften. Because if you try to dry shave, if you've ever tried that, you know that that hurts like a... And why would you go through pain that you do not have to, you know what I mean? So draw you a nice bath, get into a hot shower. I always shave at the very end of my shower. So I'll do my shampoo, I'll do my conditioner, I'll do my hair mask, I'll wash my body. I might, you know, sing a song or 2, get in the bath, whatever I need to do. Try to extend that time as much as possible for you to be in that steam. The longer you stay in the steam, the more your pores open up, so your hairs are softer. Once you've done that, you're gonna take an exfoliating mat or a body scrub and just go at it. This is going to remove dead skin, gunk, or whatever you got down there. If you're using a body scrub, make sure that it's not super harsh, so not super scented or, you know, sandpapery, because if you get really harsh chemicals or fragrances inside your kitty cat, that could really mess with the pH, and that actually could be the reason why it's a little bit stinky. If you are concerned about your kitty cat stinking, that is in part 2 of this series, okay? Okay, I got you. Don't even worry. Don't even... I know you were about to comment and ask me, how do I make sure my kitty cat does not stink? I have got you, all right? So don't even worry about it. Moving on. Once you've exfoliated her, be gentle on the side flaps because it's like thinner skin there. So you can go crazy here in the frontal section, but just be careful the further you go away from the sun. Then you're gonna pull out your trimmer. The trimmer will take a little bit of practice, but take your time. Never do this in a rush. That is when people get hurt. You're gonna use the trimmer. Actually, let me draw you a diagram because I promised you a tutorial. Alrighty. I am no artiste, okay? So you're just gonna have to use a little bit of imagination. This is you. This is your belly button. This is your magic button. And these are your legs, okay? Presumably you have a lot going on here. That is completely fine. I support the bush. But you clicked on this video because you wanted to get rid of her. So I'm just here to tell you how to do that. You're gonna take your trimmer, pretend this is her, and you're gonna take it to a setting of about 2 to 5 millimeters. What you're trying to do is eliminate the chunk of the hair, because if you try to shave with your, you know, forest right here with a razor, the hair is just gonna get caught here and you're gonna start pulling stuff and it's just gonna hurt and it's gonna be a big mess, and we don't want that. What we're trying to do is just trim the hair so you get closer to the skin. The same thing when someone's trying to be bald or achieve that, like, you know, look. You have to go in with a trimmer first and then they go in with the razor, because try shaving this with this. It's not gonna happen. And really be careful when you reach these areas. This is your magic button. This is your back hole. Many soldiers have fallen and gotten injured while they were exploring this region with the trimmer, so just be extra cautious. If you have to, sit up on like a bathtub and do it. If you need a mirror, put a mirror here and then do it. You are presumably doing this in the privacy of your own home. In your own privacy, do whatever you need to do to feel safe and comfortable to do this. Once you have a buzz cut, or something close to a buzz cut, you go in with a brand new razor. I don't care if you've only used it once or twice. After you use a razor, there's gonna be water left over on the metal. That is going to cause rust. You might also have dead skin from your armpits or your legs that's been caught up in between these like razor blades. And when you mix that with the open wounds you're gonna create from shaving, that's what's gonna cause ingrown hairs because you're pulling on things. Just to avoid all of that, to eliminate the possibility of that happening, just use a new razor. What you're gonna do, slowly and gently, in longer strokes, just go at it. Try to avoid going against the grain because one, it hurts, and second, it's more likely to cause ingrown hairs. But I understand that this does not feel that effective, so for me, I like to go like this, diagonally. That's just what makes sense to me, and that's what's worked for me. So for up here, just go with the flow of your kuchina. Yeah? Where you're gonna have to be extra careful with is here again. Now, your hair is probably going like this. Your hair is probably going inwards like this, right? So naturally, you might want to just go like this, but I've found that it makes it really likely to cut your roast beef, your flaps, your curtains, when you do this method. So what I like to do is pull on your leg here so that it flattens out that area as much as you can, and then shave like this in little strokes. And I'll even get my hand here to pull away. With this hand, I'll pull my leg, and then with this hand, I'll shave, and then I'll switch, I'll pull this whole section this way, and try to get whatever I missed within here. And that is about the realest thing I could tell you. That is the biggest advice I could tell you in regards to shaving here. Once you've made it to this region, if I'm being super real with you guys, I just hope and pray. I'll just bend over and gently graze this area because you know what? A stray hair, missing a hair or two, that's never killed anyone. That's never hurt anyone. That's never stopped anyone. We still have overpopulations. Do you think a hair on your behind has ever stopped anyone? No. Do you think it's ever stopped anyone? No. So don't worry about getting the perfect shave. The human body is beautiful. You are beautiful. You are much more than a clean shave. And if whoever you are with that gets to see your kitty cat are complaining, then they can leave. Okay? I'm glad we got that straight. Now, once you have reached bald eagle or whatever hairstyle you choose to do, a landing strip, a star, a signature, I don't really do that, but I can understand if you just want to shave this area, if you just want to shave up here. Do whatever hairstyle your heart and kitty desires. I've heard a lot of people recommend putting oil on here after you shave, but personally I felt like that's kind of unnecessary and sometimes can even irritate that area. So what I usually do is just wear like very loose shorts or just nothing at all for that night. Just put on like really loose pajama pants, and that's usually fine for me. Like I don't really have trouble with ingrown hairs or anything. And depending on the speed of which you grow your hair, this would last you maybe a day, the bald eagle, or it can last 2 days, 3 days. The next option is the laser. Now you can get lasered at a salon, or you can laser at home. I've tried both and I found that I prefer to do it at home. I have my reasons, you probably have your reasons, so you have your pick. This is the at-home laser kit I use. It's from Amazon. There's heaps of options. I'll link this in the description if you want the same one. It comes with these for protection. Because what do baddies do? We stay protected in all circumstances. And you'll probably get something similar to this. Now what this does is send out these really strong light waves that's gonna kill hair follicles, the baby hair bean that you have underneath your skin. So by repeatedly killing that little nugget, your body will go, all right, fine, I'll just stop creating these beans for you because you're not appreciating them and you keep killing them. And that is how laser works on all parts of your body. I have found that the best method of hair removal for me is shaving and following up with a laser treatment. What I'll do is I'll shave maybe once every 2 weeks, because then the hair doesn't get too long to where I need to, bust out the trimmer. And I'm also not shaving too often, to the point where my skin is really irritated, because that also creates ingrown hairs and an inflammation. It's just not a good time. So my golden ratio is about once every 2 weeks. After I go through that whole process that I just walked you through, I'll bust out this on the highest setting. Given I've been using this for about 7-8 months, and I've had professional laser treatments before, and I also have a high pain tolerance, so that's why I can handle it at the highest setting. But if you are a beginner, start at the lowest setting, please, because it can shock you how painful this can be. So I'll usually just lay here, butt-ass naked, and go at each area. Follow your instructions on your laser hair removal tool. What this will do is, over time, it will slow your hair growth process, so you won't have to shave as much. And the more you do it, the thinner your hair gets, to the point where you'll barely even have hair anymore. This kit was about 5,000, 6,000 yen, so probably like, I don't know, $40, $30 if you're in the US, which compared to one laser treatment, which is like $70, $80, depending on where you go, I think it's a pretty good investment, because you can do it at your house. You can do it while watching a movie. No one has to see you naked. So that's what I do. And now your third option is to wax. I've tried wax strips, professional waxing, and also sugar waxing, all of which have hurt like a bitch. I can understand the appeal because you're getting the hair from the root, and it can be really, really smooth if you get it done right. But for me, it's just too much pain too often, and it's just a hassle to find a waxing salon in Japan as well, because it's not really a thing here. So from my experience, I can tell you that it hurts. It is effective. You'll get it super smooth. It can be a little expensive and a little inconvenient to do, because you have to actually get someone to do it for you, or you can do it at home. But oh my god, in my experience waxing my own kuchina at home, it hurts so bad that I can't even get myself to rip it off. So I had an at-home waxing kit and also wax strips, but I never really used it that much. I used it maybe 6-7 times because it hurt so bad that I just kept putting it off. So that was the year of the bush. But anyways, that is waxing. And that is how you groom your kitty cat like a pro. I'd also really like to preface that keeping your hair maintained on your kitty cat isn't just an aesthetics thing, but it's also a hygiene thing. I found that keeping the hair maintained also helps reduce odor and that moisture, and I don't know what it is in English, but called mureru. The same logic of, getting your hair trimmed or washing your scalp to reduce the stinkiness, I have noticed that it applies to her as well. Because, I love a bush just as much as the next girl, but keeping all that hair there, it's inevitable for it to get tangled. It's also gonna build up moisture and dead skin cells. And especially on your period too, you can get your period blood stuck in there, or period clots. Hair can get stuck on your pad. I've just found that it works better for my life and the convenience of my life if I have her maintained on a daily basis. But please know that having a bush is a-okay. I love a bush just as much as the next diva. Always remember that what you do with your kitty cat is completely up to you. So don't ever feel like you need to look a certain way, you need to have a certain hairstyle. There is absolutely no expectation of what your kitty should look like. There's no normal. All of them look different. Just how in daily life we all have different hair texture, different hairstyles, different hair colors. Just like the hair on your head, everybody's entitled to have their own preferences for their kitty hair. I will go more into depth about the coochie odor. As I've mentioned before, the equation of bacteria plus moisture equals odor. That also applies to her, but we will go more into that in part 2. You just watched me talk about my kitty cat and your kitty cat for the past however many minutes, and I congratulate you. If you made it to this point, comment a heart, just so I know you're a real one and I can reply to you. Anyways, that brings us to the end of the video. I still can't fathom the fact that 1 million people watched me talk about kitty cat on Instagram and on TikTok, and I'm so glad that I opened up such an honest conversations, because you guys sent in the most valid questions, some of which I had to reply on the spot because they were really concerning, but everything I do is for you guys, so thank you again. As I say with every video, you can keep up to date in sending your questions or anything, your feedback, on all my socials. My socials are linked down below. I love you guys, and I will see you all soon. Bye! Make sure you check out the other 2 videos.